We appreciate you coming back to the CoinSeries channel. Request from viewer is, what do you think will happen next? You can also comment your opinion. Thank you to all the subscribers of our CoinSeries who came to our channel CoinSeries. You will always be info with the latest CoinSeries news. Option 1, will there be a settlement of XRP and XRP? Option 2, or XRP will win. Option 3, or SEC will win. Please like my video and subscribe my channel and follow my Twitter account. I have 3 stories to tell you in this video, and this is the first one. If you've been worried that XRP won't do what you want it to, I think a lot of you will like this. The Crypto Basic Intelligence platform has the inside scoop. All signs point to XRP being in a great position to recover right now. Also, they're talking about the perspective of a chain analytics company that, personally, I think does an excellent job. What I have been discussing in my latest films is, if I may use the word opinion, my modest perspective. Though I'm not sure I'll assert that I suppose it's a metric to consider, given that sentiment is so bad. Emotions haven't been this low in a long time, and it generally hits rock bottom when things are this bad. And 2017 stands out among the others. Oh my, I was completely confused about Bitcoin at the time. In the beginning, I was really enthusiastic about XRP, but then I started hearing people gripe all the time. Just a moment, I typed. Put another way, sound company strategies that aren't feasible. I refuse to settle for less. There is now a decentralized coin that eliminates any potential issues with trust. Naturally, there is a range of reactions, from approbation to wrath, but generally, it is reasonable. Anyway, I suppose you might make the point that it appears that way once more. As for other notable news from the Crypto Basic, Kraken has won an XRP lawsuit. Crypto media has largely ignored this story, despite the fact that it broke very lately. I haven't noticed it generating a lot of buzz on social media just yet. I felt obligated to address this, because of this. Another item from the daily briefing, Standard Chartered has reported that spot Ethereum ETFs could be approved in May. Is it accurate? Please understand that I am not asserting the impossibility of this. But I'm not convinced. I should probably start by saying that I don't come from a financially privileged family, before we go any further. Money is completely irrelevant to my legal matters. Also, pay attention, my advice shouldn't be the foundation for your financial decisions. Just a crypto enthusiast who enjoys making videos for YouTube. But for fun and argument, let's return to the original title. Intelligence platform says XRP now has best chance of bouncing back. Notable market intelligence platform Sentiment has stated that key signs show that XRP has the best chance of making a comeback. That is fantastic news for reasons other than the fact that XRP is my largest personal stake. You have a point, though. The last couple months have not been great for XRP's value when compared to the other top 10 cryptocurrencies. I still think it won't matter much, because even when looking at a few months at a time, this is still very short-term price fluctuation, as I mentioned in a prior video. You won't be able to make out much of a chart when you zoom out 3 months, try looking at it at 5 or 10 years in. However, I am pleased to hear this, even though I do not think it is significant. Personally, I think XRP will go where the market goes. But if you are going through a hard patch emotionally, you might find this useful. Everything remains the same. Antimont has recently provided extensive analysis on the present state of the XRP market in their latest X report, leveraging on-chain data analysis. Antimont initially pointed out that XRP might potentially fall below the important 50-cent price mark, marking its first dip below that level since October 2023. Nonetheless, data from market tracking tools shows that this forecast was correct, as XRP is presently valued 49 cents. Just so you know, while I'm typing this, it's back up over 50 cents again. But the study doesn't solve the problems because it doesn't care whether it's less than half a cent. Various metrics are being monitored. The rest of the essay is going to be completely ignored by me. First things first, this is the story they were covering. A shortened version of a thread that Sentiment created on the social media site X is presented below. The market value of XRP Ledger, an altcoin, may go below 50 cents for the first time since October 19, as a result of the collapse in altcoins. The most significant number of XRP transactions, $1 million or more, on the network occurred yesterday, with 217 of them. The price of Ripple skyrocketed on July 13 and 14 after a court declined to find the company in violation of securities laws. Nor is there any cause for concern coming out of Wales. Along with care. Thanks a lot. Is it alright if I disregard that? In addition to individuals, I have noticed that organizations can rank high in terms of wealth. That might be a company. It is possible that they are incredibly rich. Are these really whales making a splash? Maybe it's the same as in the actual ocean. I could care less about the whales' identities as long as their behavior differs significantly from that of real-life retail speculators who become ecstatic when prices fall. On top of that, XRP has changed very little and the runaround acts very differently. Is the thought ever crossed your mind? Perhaps there is some logic to the laziness of the rich. Worse yet, there are internet tirades from those who sell lemonade. Is the thought ever crossed your mind? Holy cow! You're completely clueless. Then, maybe I'm alone. Then, maybe I'm alone. Holding a combined 10 million XRP, they have achieved the largest percentage of control since December 31, 2022, at 67.2% of the available supply. In any case, yesterday they got back to it. Several significant indicators suggest that the asset with the sixth largest market value, Bitcoin, could make a comeback once it stabilizes for the rest of the week. So far, Bitcoin has been quite cooperative, but I am cognizant of the fact that the cryptocurrency market may undergo quick changes. Thus, I am cognizant of the fact that, barring a miracle, I cannot guarantee that we will witness an upward trend. By contrast, analytics companies look at chain data and make statements like, "Here's what happens frequently and what we should expect as a result," and is entirely driven by feelings. Leslie. Take it out of your heart. Just follow your heart and do what you think is right. I'm not concerned. Not that I'm suggesting you buy or sell anything. Investors should not take that advice. In other words, you'll have to make some tough decisions regarding your financial situation. Affecting your actual wealth, do away with the subjective elements and rely on objective evidence instead. It is not a good idea to make crucial financial decisions when you are nervous. That is all I intended to say. Following that, we had the Kraken court victory and the XRP litigation. By the way, this is awesome. Here it is. This revolves around at least one encounter. Even though I expect pushback as we go through this piece, I have faith in your ability to succeed. The prominent cryptocurrency exchange Kraken was able to successfully defend its customers' identities in the class action litigation involving Zakonoff and Ripple. Also, I'm going to step back for a second and watch. Surely most of you have heard about this by this point. Just in case you're not, I'll keep this brief. Another absurd lawsuit against Ripple is the Zakonoff case. It was initiated prior to the SEC Ripple case and asserts that Ripple promoted XRP as a security. Someone associated with Zagato held on to XRP for about 2 weeks before selling it. The likelihood of his buying it at the all-time high and then selling it 2 weeks later at a loss is substantial. He continues by saying he held on to it for 2 weeks in the hopes that Ripple would boost its value. I mean, who wouldn't love it as an example? Truly, this is the epitome of dishonesty. Whatever the case may be, it's true. The continuation of peace has made Zach happy. Kraken has successfully resolved the lingering legal matter and safeguarded its users' data. X recently featured an article by prominent crypto investigator Mr. Huber, who lauded Kraken for its efforts to safeguard user identities. In the instance of Zakonoff v. Ripple, Kraken took action last month to step in. Following a federal judge's decision, all US-based exchanges were required to disclose the identities and confidential transaction details of all XRP users who transacted between July 3, 2017, and June 30, 2023. Kraken expressed its concerns in the December motion about the risks of plaintiffs' attorneys having access to client information. Whatever my stance on maintaining objectivity may be, Kraken was quite worried that its customers, especially those with XRP, would see its compliance as support for a lawsuit against Ripple, a cryptocurrency payments provider. Kraken highlighted the importance of user privacy in the cryptocurrency business while underlining the necessity to safeguard its image and win back the faith of its consumers. Listen up, folks, I love it when businesses are brave like that. Prepare to be astounded by what you see. I hate it when businesses get requests like these. They then hand you a spreadsheet including all of the customer information. An easy step such as this, no, I'm sorry, a small one might be making a comeback. Biatch. Thankfully, the company opted not to do that since it wanted to preserve the client's interests. Kudos to you, Kraken. There is still no sign of chaos. Following the exchange's request, the court denied the plaintiff's counsel access to client information. The court decision mandates that Kraken notify its customers about the dispute directly, claims Mr. Huber. As the court pointed out and illustrated with an example of the communication, Kraken is obligated to notify its clients by email. Here is a piece taken from the sample. Kraken claims that 01 has ever seen or will ever view your private data. Instead of providing your contact information to the courts, we choose to personally contact you because we understand the critical nature of protecting our customers' privacy and security. Well done. Upon receipt, I will be elated for you. Fill out each question as accurately as you can. The third meeting of the day could see the SEC approve spot Ethereum ETFs. The folks at Standard Chartered told me I should expect to see this around May. It makes me very skeptical. I purchased ETH, my first cryptocurrency, on November 10, 2017. An exchange-traded fund, ETF, for ETH is a great concept, in my opinion. It is something that I would find quite intriguing. And, honestly, I would be over the moon if nearly every currency I own, and maybe even some coins, were available as an exchange-traded fund, ETF. Assuming, of course, that these coins are not scams, I generally think they would be good for the ecosystem overall. But is this something I truly anticipate occurring? Not quite as much as Kim Jong-un. I think he was cornered from a legal perspective. The SEC lost that case involving grayscale litigation. As a result, all lawmakers were in favor of the spot Bitcoin ETF. It was still decided by a single vote, 3-5, even then, if Kim Jong-Gensler had voted no, it wouldn't be here today. Then, on top of everything else, those companies would sue the SEC even more. Seriously, that would blow people's minds. The SEC would be inundated with lawsuits. We were lucky that it didn't happen. But do you know where the grayscale case stands? My doubts stem from the fact that it was limited to Bitcoin and not all cryptocurrencies. This is just your average charter big-ass firm, but we're very sure Santa will make it happen. We can only hope they're right. Maybe I'm incorrect. I think you'd agree with me. I anticipate that XRP ETFs and other exchange-traded funds, ETFs, will be accessible along the road. But in the 6 months that followed, no. Its joyous error would be something I would like to witness if I were mistaken. In fact, I am not entirely convinced. The text of the piece, nonetheless, is as follows. International Bank has operations all around the globe. The sale of a spot ETH exchange-traded fund ETF is reportedly expected to be authorized by U.S. federal regulators, months after Standard Chartered authorized a similar financial instrument for Bitcoin. According to a recent Bloomberg report, Standard Chartered is expecting a verdict on the theory of ETF applications from asset managers VanEck and ARK21 shares on May 23 from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The article states that Standard Chartered believes the SEC will decide on the exact day, citing an example when 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved by the regulator on January 10 as an example. Your feedback on the points I made in my paper is all that is required at this point. Although I recognize the possibility, I do not think it is probable. Personally, I don't think that's the most probable outcome. It also wouldn't surprise me if they submitted an XRP ETF application. In all likelihood, it will be sometime this year, or very soon after. So long as someone is interested in moving on with it, I will be happy regardless. Voting to support such dross, meanwhile, will not be something Kim Jong-un is looking forward to. I just do not think it will happen. We ask that you hold off until a new person takes over as head of the SEC, plus, if there is a change of leadership. Eventually, I guess we'll realize. Still, it's no assurance that the government will embrace cryptocurrency. As bad as the current administration's policies are, I seriously doubt it will be worse. It is something I would be skeptical of. In the event that a rematch between Trump and Biden occurs, we have witnessed what transpired during Trump's administration. This is not to say that he is the most crypto-friendly individual, of course. Everything that happened is known to everyone here. Jay Clayton, I, too, was unhappy with his administration. The situation has worsened, though. We can probably all agree that it's much worse now. So, we can attempt to travel backwards to some degree, right? My expertise does not lie with financial advisors. You should avoid buying or selling anything, regardless of what I advise. I guess you could say the video ended there. Please support me by subscribing to my channel. Until we meet again, goodbye.